and sisters, we're going to look now at 10 tips to make a live video to help you with your new world that is online. Since COVID came, a lot more of our churches have to go online. So let's dive into this new workshop, 10 tips to make a video live. All right, number one, we're going to keep it simple. If we get all excited, like we have to buy fancy cameras, and then we have to have all the gear, and we have to have all these extra people, and then we have to work on the lighting, and then the more complicated we make it, the higher chances that you just don't get it done. So I recommend you have it, you just keep it simple. And start recording some stuff as your VBS or your event approaches. Get some stuff recorded and get stuff done and edited so that you get some experience and you can start to feel, oh, okay, that's how long that takes. But try to keep it simple. Number two, your camera. You don't need a professional camera to film your children's ministry. Just use the best cell phone in your family. So that's usually a young person. And if you don't have a cell phone in your family with a camera, you can always look at other youth in the church and see who's got one. So this can get you rolling. Number three, lights. It's kind of cool to have good lighting, so you want to have some sunlight coming in through a window, but not like straight behind you, so it makes a silhouette. If it's cloudy outside, you can do it outside with some greenery or something. You just want to be careful. If the sun comes out, sometimes then there's big shadows that fall on your face, or big shadows in various, that you can see, and it's kind of awkward. So that's the easiest way is you use the sunlight. For location, one great way to do a VBS online is to continue to use the same stage in your church as you normally would. It really gives that feel for those kids. If they are used to having some event in your church and now it's online only, it helps that they see the same church that they normally see. And they see the stage and everything. But when you use your stage, you're going to want to turn on your lights, turn on your sound system and everything. You can always go out to like a park or somewhere and film in a park that is also adds some fun element, or like go where there's animals. So if you're doing a program that has animals, like we have a couple of them, like a jungle themed one. And it's always fun if there is a zoo nearby or something that you could go to and make some fun recording. Audio. So for audio, you don't want to stand more than 5 feet away from your camera so that you can pick up your voice with the microphone that comes on the camera or on your cell phone. And then you want to turn off some noisy things. So if there's like a air conditioning or a fan going, you want to turn that off. I often, when I'm recording, I also unplug my refrigerator, because when it turns on, it's kind of loud, and then it comes in. And you want to watch out for some of your pets that might make noise or cross through, although it's not bad. So there's 5. Number 6, you want to customize stuff. So there's a lot of ministries that are creating some really great content online right now. So if you think about it, if we're doing music, and you could easily just play Hillsong music, and it's gorgeous, it's fun music, it's theirs, it's copyrighted, but you can play it and learn the actions, and it's really fun, and that's great. So why do we need to make content, you and I, in our smaller churches, if all these big fancy churches have these fantastic videos available for us? Well, the reason is the customization. The kids that are in your church, they don't know any of those people, so it just feels like they're watching TV. Whereas if you do it, then they know you. When they're in their homes and they see you on their TV or they see you on the computer, they actually know you, they know you by name, and it gives them a feel of like, I'm still a part of my home church, which is obviously very important during COVID, that we can stay connected with the members of our church. So you want to keep it customized. Number 7 is background. You want to kind of make sure that you don't have anything super distracting behind you. And if you're filming at church, you're going to want to clean the stage, same as you would for a live event. Make sure you don't have a whole bunch of piles of cords and junk on the stage that happens during the week. We always have to, Sundays, get out there and clean up the stage. Also, if you would normally decorate for your VBS, decorate for your online VBS. It really adds fun to have the decoration. So do the same as you would for a regular VBS, have a day that everyone's going to decorate and everyone can show up at the church. Your volunteers, you know, if it's 10 or less, then you're golden, and you can decorate some fun backgrounds for your filming of your online VBS. So your kids are still enjoying the decorations, it's just making it a fun background for your videos. So number 8 is length or duration of your online event. So basically, just to keep in mind that when we have a physical event with 100 kids, almost half the time is spent moving them around. So you separate into groups, you wait till everybody shows up and you're registered, and then they go, okay, now we're gonna all go outside and play, and then we're gonna have our snack, and then the time it takes to pass out the snack. So a lot of minutes are spent there. So you can just about assume that you're gonna need twice as much content if you want to fill the same amount of time. So if you want a 2-hour VBS, physically 2-hour VBS, you're going to have that same content will take you about 1 hour to do online, because you're not moving kids anywhere, and you can say, okay, let's have a snack, but you can't just like do nothing for 15 minutes. So you can play a video and say, ask the parents, hey, could you give the kids a snack at this time? But they may or may not do it. So your hands are tied, so the time goes really fast. So just keep that in mind. And number 9, we have content. So online content should be a little bit more pleasant and transparent, a little bit more kind of like homey feely, like I'm connecting with you. You're in my home here. Actually, I'm in Flora's home today, and I'm in the Mexico office in Flora's home. So you kind of want to connect with the camera, connect with someone, think of somebody, and it's a little different than when you're in an actual physical event. So like if you're doing a VBS with 100 kids and you're in the physical event, you're going to tend to do a little bit more like a sermon with 3 points, or like point number one, brothers and sisters, point number 1. But when you're doing a video like this online, it comes across a little bit distant when we do a 3-point sermon. So just keep that in mind for one-on-one feeling where you're actually speaking to the camera and then that camera is being played in each home. It feels a little nicer if it seems like you're talking to like 2 kids instead of like preaching to 100. So it gives it a little bit more feeling if the content is personal. And our last point, number 10, is online streaming. So for online streaming, you're going to want to check your internet. There's just no way I can explain this any bit better, but it's very important you check how much internet you have before you try to do some online streaming. So what we found here is basically we don't have anything good where we currently live in Mexico. It's not fiber optic, so it's just not good enough. It's pretty good. We have nice up and down. We can watch Netflix, or we can watch a movie from Amazon, because they have a system for preparing that video, and you're seeing it and it doesn't stop. But when you're trying to transmit live, you've got to have good solid internet that's not going to stop. So if it stops in the middle, even like for 10 seconds, you've lost now your audience live. So what we found where we are, because we don't have fiber optic cable or internet, and it's pretty good, we can do quite a bit of stuff, but it's difficult for actual streaming live. So what we found is in our current location, we have to make some videos and prepare them a little bit and then send them, and then we can do some pieces live, but we have to be very careful because when we try to do like a 2-hour live event, inevitably 3 or 4 times during that 2 hours, we're going to lose our audience for about 5 seconds, which seems like it's not very much, but it's enough to hurt the event quite a bit. So you're going to want to be careful of that. And remember also that when you publish something like in Facebook or Zoom or YouTube, any of these platforms where you publish an event, it's going to stay up there. So it's kind of fun, like for a summer VBS, for example, the children could actually do it at any time during the summer, because if you publish on Facebook, it's still up there. So your content ends up staying up for years and years, and actually beyond, could stay up beyond your life. After you've passed away, you still have content available for the world to see. So that's pretty exciting. We can reach the world today and upload content that takes care of the children, helps raise up the next generation, and we're teaching them about God and about how to live for God and how to live for others. So it's pretty exciting. The new world we're in is pretty exciting. So we all just get to dive in and start making video content and getting it online with our cell phones, with whatever cameras we have. We're just going to dive in and start making content so we can stay connected to the children in our church. Thank you. We'll see you next time.